something. Like now we had a problem. There is British soldiers who train in Nyanyuki.
Yeah, Batuk. Yeah.
They are called Johnnies. They have been around. Nyanyuki is not far from here.
Yes.
And that town is vibrant commercially because of the activities of the British soldiers. They come with a serious budget. They have employed more than 500 people, civilians, who support the activities. They have spurred the economy of Nyanyuki in terms of hospitality, in terms of transport, in terms of supplies. Yeah. So these people of William Ruto, many people around him, have decided, rightly so, that Ruto is one term. And time is going. And they have decided to make hay when the sun shines. In fact, they are using a balance that is injury time. I think it's a balance used in football. Yeah, when you have just a few minutes remaining and the whistle can blow anytime. So these guys around the president, they have decided that it's injury time. And they must make as much as they could. To an extent now that they are demanding bribes from foreigners. So these contracts between the British and Kenya government had lapsed and required renewal. The Committee on Defense and Foreign Relations, chaired by Nelson Koech, a very close ally of William Ruto. Between him and William Ruto, I'm told, they demanded 3 billion shillings from the British. And the British cannot understand why they should give a bribe. It's against their ethics and culture. They said no. So, and the Kenya government said, you go to hell. So they decided to relocate to Tanzania. But the British like here because, one, they like training with our soldiers. Again, the weather around Nyanyuki near the equator is very good. Yes. Again, the people of Kenya are very hospitable. They have been very happy to be here in Kenya. Yes. So I think they ask around, how do we bring this matter to public attention? And then the advice. The only men who can get this information and use it for public good, who will not use it to extort money or to blackmail anybody. If you give him this information, it will be in public knowledge within a short time. And sure as December 25 is Christmas, they look for me on Saturday evening around 4. I was in Meru. People sent some emissaries and we advised them how to come without getting known. And the matter was brought to my attention. Then, using my language and the power of communication, I packaged the message and gave it to the people of Kenya. William Ruto, I'm told, was mad. How did this guy know this matter? This matter has embarrassed us. Forget about that bribe. Renew the contract. The contract has been renewed. But I'm told the soldiers had already left for Tanzania. So it's a bit of work now because they had already signed a new agreement with Tanzania. But Kenya has already signed the contract. Nelson Koech was dispatched by William Ruto to go to all media stations to try to explain why they had not signed it. Then you wonder what happened between Sunday when I talked and Monday. All these concerns you were saying, were they addressed overnight? Which tells you Riggy G was spot on. And I want to thank the informants. They gave me good information. And I've asked civil servants, I've asked police, I've asked National Intelligence Service, I've asked people working in prosecutors to preserve my credibility because it's good for this country. Yes. I must remain credible.
By getting the...
I've asked people not to give me fitina. Yes. To give me credible information that is verifiable so that I retain my relevance and people can continue believing in me. So I'm also very careful. I also have a lot of information and I sometimes don't rush into it. I do a lot of cross-checking because the day I will mislead the people of Kenya, I will lose my credibility. And then there will be nobody to intervene for the people of Kenya.
But you talk about information as if it is just information. When you look at this one of the British thing, well, but look at the one of yesterday. Getting that kind of information, that's not just ordinary information.
No, it is not, but Riggy G is...
That's very serious information.
Riggy G
It can only come from the highest level.
It came from his office, right inside.
That's what I'm saying.
Right
is that
inside,
not worrying?
Right inside State House.
Is that not worrying?
Right inside State House. People are very dissatisfied. For the record, officers of the Presidential Escort Unit have not been paid their allowances for the last 4 months. And that is dangerous for the president and the country. You cannot afford people guarding the president of the country when they are lamenting like other Kenyans. You know, when they are dissatisfied. There is a lot of dissatisfaction around the president. Officers who guard him are complaining. In fact, some were telling me, when you were deputy president, you used to intervene for us. We used to get our allowances on time. People who work in the president's presidential delivery service, they are complaining. They have no vehicles. They have no allowances.
But why? Why? And the office was given extra location.
The president is too busy to know what goes on. And he's not busy working for the country. He's busy working for himself. Again, of course, understandably so, the president has panicked. Information given to him by the National Security Council is that unless he performs a miracle, indications are he will be one term. That has been given to him. He has done polls, scientific opinion polls with reputable international firms, and he is 17–18%. And as a sitting president, it cannot get better, it can only get worse. So we have a president who has panicked, who is fearful of being removed as president in one term, and therefore he is making very irrational decisions. And again, he is being held hostage by all manner of characters who purport that they can help him. And because he's desperate, he allows people to do crazy things. Like now, what happened when I was attacked at Witima ACK Church in January. A member of parliament from this area and his wife had wanted me assassinated, thinking that if I am killed, William Ruto's problem in the mountain will be over. The problem would have multiplied 100 times if I was assassinated. But he has lost control. In Olkalau, he ordered that woman from Ranga to leave Olkalau. She refused. And there is nothing he can do. He is held hostage by a few members of parliament, a few cabinet secretaries who control the security sector, the fake deputy president. They hold him hostage. The man doesn't know what to do. In fact, I'm told this thing of yesterday, the Vision 2016, he was not for it. So when it backfired, he was up in arms. So he is a man who is desperate for a second term, is a man who has lost control. Nothing is working in the country. He is also too busy looking for money to sustain his campaign, to an extent that the country is gliding to a halt. You know, that is the situation we are in.
You have said something about opinion polls from inside, from intelligence and so forth. And indications, you say, are that he's losing. And for that reason, he has panicked. I just want to pick your mind on this issue of losing elections. What is your view, or what in your view should one do? Here you are a president seeking a second term, and it looks like you will not make it. What would Riggy G do?
Nothing. You know, it has happened in Botswana.
Yeah,
it has happened in Malawi, in Ghana. This one-time thing now is a real thing in Africa.
What would Riggy G do if your boys on the ground tell you, I'm there, here to Wezi?
Ordinarily, if William Ruto was a good man, he would give up and just let it go.
What would Riggy G do?
If I was in his position, of course, I would never be in such a position. If you give me the presidency, I will not lose it. You know, I was asking William Ruto before we parted, I asked him, Mr. President, doesn't it bother you that 2 years after being elected, you are the darling of the Kenyan people? People loved you, they believed in you. They are all shouting, you must go home. Doesn't it bother you? He was saying, no, elections are far away, my friend. You know, you don't have to do what is popular, you do what is right. I asked him, if the majority of the people who gave you the job, your employers are saying what you are